Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to talk about the pairs that are currently interesting to me. Um, Not that one, at least not yet. I would want to see a nice pullback. I feel like if I can at least get here, then maybe we could talk to the 50, but it's not that right now. Uchef, I realized that she is gonna do what she wants and it could potentially continue bearish today, but I don't really trade retracements that are not even seen on the 4 hour. New, 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 new. The dollar still bearish, strong and bearish and mighty and happy about it and proud of it. UCAD took them nice sells. So what I will be waiting for is a retracement back up to this level. Because currently I can't really trade it. We have a clear double bottom on the 4 hour saying, hey, more than likely we're gonna push price back up. So I'm not entering today because I only want some sells. UJ, same thing. I'm not gonna be taking any more UJ trades until we come up to at least 50. Now, gold is interesting. Gold is interesting. The monthly is bullish, the weekly is bullish, but I can't help but see how the monthly candles keep closing, for one, and two, the weekly is interesting. But I will tell you, it is completely bullish though. It's completely bullish, and when I'm looking for, let's say, okay, obviously price is making higher highs and higher lows. What am I gonna see that's gonna cause me to be like, oh, I could probably counter trend trade this? It's something like this. Oops, that looks disgusting. Looks like little fires. But price continually not breaking a level is enough for me to be like, what? I'm questioning you at this point. Because if I go on the daily time frame, you see how many times we rejected this. 1, 2, and 3. You know? Um, and also, I don't know. The daily is still not completely bullish yet. Currently, we're maintaining our lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. If I see a double top on this level, if I see a double top on, at minimum, I need to see it on the 1 hour because the 4 hour is just too, like, the 4 hour flow is bullish, right? Because our last lower high was here and then there, then we had all this bulls to the upside. So I don't want to get into a sell for it to be like, yay. And that's definitely something that could happen unless I see a double top and I'm gonna need it to like be confirmed. Like if it can drop back under this level, that'd be nice. I could probably get in. But there's a lot of things that are concerning if I were to try to buy today. For example, look directly to the left and we rejected this level a whole bunch of times. It's not a level I'm trying to take trades from at all. For some reason, the daily doesn't even have a bottom wick. Usually have them on both sides. And the 4 hour, like, it is not, oh, oh, like it's not, it hasn't even broken the structure level here, So there's a lot of suspicion, but there could be some potential sells today. Or sometime tomorrow, or maybe even later today, it could go bullish. So there's a lot of indecision for me right now on gold. But if I were to trade what I what has the highest probability, it would be buys. It just wouldn't be at this moment. So I'm keeping my eye out for what could happen on gold, and I'm probably gonna want to stay on like a 1 hour, 4 hour time frame to look at any chart patterns because I don't want to go too low because again, we did break out of this level. We and the weekly is higher lows are maintaining. So I do not want to go against that flow, but at the same time, there could be a potential opportunity for sells. But I would need to see a lot for that to happen. Now for GJ, I got into some counter trend trades here to go ahead and sell. We sold off. It was nice. It was cute and it was easy. And then at the moment, you know, we could really have something really good come from this level. What I would need to see is 4-hour double bottom, or you could just break out the counter trend line and I'll be good for some buys, but that won't be today. No, the buys won't be today on GJ, at least not for me. You would be better off probably looking for some short-term sells, but a short-term sell wouldn't even equate to a high probability opportunity, even though this right here, because look, I have point A, point B, that was the last lower high on this small tiny time frame. And then we have two bullish candles right here. I mean, two bearish candles rejecting this level right here. That's like the type of thing exactly that I need to see to go ahead and trade lower. But again, I'm not trading into a 50% zone when I know the overall time frame is bullish. I would rather die. Yeah. And then for GU, extremely bullish pair, right? So if I ignore the fact that there was no pullback here and go here because, you know, it actually makes sense, we hit the 50% zone, break out of the counter trend line, life is good and life is dandy. It's just that now I'm eyeballing, okay, but why didn't you just break out of this? I would rather you have broken out of that and then we get a pullback, because now it's just kind of like, oh, I'll go on, yes, oh, but again, closely watching this for continuation of buys. I would need to see, I would just need to see a double bottom on, let's like the 30-minute time frame, because the 30-minute broke bearish. So I'm not gonna wanna trade against that. She's strong. She can be very strong. But what I do like about this current setup is that if I take my point A to point B, boom, then again, I'm in a 50% zone. I can potentially buy today. But I have to see. Yagadak, take. Gotta see that. Otherwise, I'm not entering a trade. And I don't think that I might not even be trading today. Given all the profits I already made this week, I'm not trying to give it back. Fuck. I'm not trying to give it back. So I'm looking out for GU buys potentially, GJ buys later this week or next week, but it's not now. And some potential gold sells. Also, I want to come back and talk a buyout. Aisle. Because we have this beautiful chart pattern of a head and shoulders that breaks out and is validated. The only thing that concerns me is the fact that the monthly lower highs the entire time, lower highs, lower highs. So that could be something to consider. But what really makes me want to get involved in buys sometime this week, even though I lost coming into this week, is the fact that we have a double bottom here and one right here. So if today's candle on the daily time frame closes bullish, tomorrow I might want to get into some buys. And again, I would have to see a nice pullback into the zone. Look, we already got a nice counter trend line break. I could go what? Not even yet, but we got a double top on the 1 hour. It's probably gonna yeet. It's probably gonna come down lower. But again, I'm just gonna wait to see what the daily time frame says, see how it closes, because there's some good potential, especially you're on a key level. This is the first retracement after the weekly broke bullish, and you're on a trend line break. Bomba rasta bomba clot. That could be, it could be nice. It could be nice. But again, I put my little thing here. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry and I don't really care. I care, but not enough to rush it, you know? So again, we're gonna see what's gonna go on with GU. Wataguan with Gual. And I guess gold is kind of like the inverse of the dollar, but like it's really not. The inverse of the dollar is Euro USD. So I don't know. Might just be a washing day, but even now, gold is starting to look like I might want to get involved with some tight stops because at this point I am going based off of this entire this entire bearish move, which makes sense. Why, you ask? Can you be thick? Can you be thick? This entire bearish move, it makes sense, right? Because I look to the left. Where's my shit? I look to the left, and this was once an area, right? That was a level of structure on the 4-hour. And then we broke it with these. So of course, this fib that I currently have from point A to point B could be completely valid. But again, I'm not rushing. I'll go take my bomba clot time and just see the opportunities that the market wants to give me. And I'm pretty sure we already went through our one news. Nope, it's coming up. It's coming up. We have news at 10. I want to see how that moves the markets. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Happy trading, y'all. Happy trading.